Something with Christianity has gone wrong. Most of what we call the Christian faith today, which is the version you see on billboards or in sanctuaries, in auditoriums, on influencer videos, it's basically a hobby. It's an identity. It's a social club with sometimes better music, sometimes worse, and certainly worse coffee. We have turned the Lion of Judah into a house cat. We've been in a rut so deep, I think we've started to decorate the walls of the trench. I'm talking about that polite, don't offend the neighbors religion that celebrates community and identity and giving. It's always about giving, meaning giving to the church. This is a safe and manageable kind of religion, and it is something that someone like Tozer or Ruckman would say was absolutely stone cold dead. Look at the early church in the book of Acts. You had men and women walking into cities carrying something that was so alive that the entire regions shook. The truth they carried spread like wildfire. Now we get dressed up in nice clothes and turn and greet our neighbor and sing along with two-chord songs. And then we let the pastor lead us in prayer and then repurpose one or two verses into a lesson about generosity. Almost always. Of course, that's except when the pastor has to apologize to the congregation for some misdeed and then remind everybody that we're all sinners. Friend, it's time for the real thing to come back. I'm not talking about a revival banner. I'm not talking about a week of emotional music and loud sermons. I'm talking about the real thing. The raw, unvarnished reality of a man who was crucified on a tree and walked out of a grave 3 days later. The reality of Jesus Christ, not the false reality of social club religion. We've traded the sword of the Spirit for a plastic butter knife because we're afraid someone might get cut by the truth. But the truth does cut. The prophet in the book of Jeremiah tried to hold it in once. You know the story. He tried to stay quiet and be reasonable, and he said the word was like a fire shut up in his bones. He grew tired of holding it back, and he could not stop. Where is that fire now? I'm afraid we've become like the church described in Revelation. They weren't hot, they weren't cold, they were just a puddle. We've settled on a shadow of godliness that actually shuts the door on the power that makes it real. Breaking out of a rut does not happen by trying harder. It happens by dying. Real Christianity is not a self-improvement project. Let's say that again. Real Christianity is not a self-improvement project. It's an execution of your old life. Step onto the mountain where the fire actually falls. Stop playing church, people. Stop pretending that one polite hour of inspiration each week is the same thing as carrying a cross. The world is not looking for a sermon. It's looking for a burning bush. It's looking for something that is on fire but somehow not consumed. So look at your life. Is it a fireplace with a polished screen and a fake light bulb? Or is there something burning in your bones that could not silence even if you tried? The rut is comfortable, but the fire is where the life is. Choose.